That's fantastic.
Oh, hello. I'm Adam Kantor, and that was me feeding Japanese edamame to Broadway legend Alix Korey. And you're watching Motel Citizen Backstage at the Broadway!
Wow.
Well, we should talk about how we know each other first.
Yeah, well, you remember the year.
2003, and I was your student.
That's right.
Yes.
At Cap 21 summer program.
Yeah.
Getting to know, because I had to get to know like 20, 16, and 17-year-olds in enough time to teach them something in a month.
But you were amazing. I mean, you were the first teacher for me that, like, something clicked in me with that. And you got to something so essential and exciting about how to act a song.
And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I didn't see you as children.
Yeah.
That I remember having every emotional experience when I was a teenager, that I felt like I'd been through everything.
Yeah, well, you talked to us like we were adults.
And that way, you got to, I treated you the same way I would treat adult students.
Yeah.
So I didn't mince words. And I would tell you why something worked and why it didn't work.
Yeah.
And then I'd show you. Because
Yeah.
that's the great thing about a classroom, is that the other people get to see what they do wrong.
Right.
Before they do it.
Well, it was, I think, for all of us, our first time being taught by a Broadway star, you know?
A star?
And it carries a lot of weight, but it wasn't just the fact that you were a Broadway star. You were and are a brilliant teacher. You're still teaching when you can?
When I can.
Yeah.
I was, before I got this job, I was in California teaching in a high school arts program. And I love those kids, and I miss them. And supposedly they're all coming as a group.
What was the program?
It was called Musical Theater University at Rancho Mirage High School.
Mm.
And they're all coming at the end of March to see the show. And we're all going to do a talk back, I hope, with them.
I'll be there.
They'll be probably livelier than the group we saw today because, you know, these are kids who want this.
When I read that you were cast as Yenta, I think I was somewhere in Eastern Europe, and I found internet and saw the press release on Playbill, and I leapt for joy. I was so excited to reconnect with you and to be.
But he was very casual in his contact.
What do you mean? I reached out to you on Facebook right away.
Yes, you did.
And
but
I was like,
very like.
No, I was like, I am so excited about this.
I didn't believe him. I thought, oh, he's already become a little bit of a star.
What are you talking about? I will pull out that message. I was so effusive, and you wrote back something so nice.
Well, because I was really excited.
Baby, I was so excited. Are you kidding? And I even tweeted. I'm sure you're not on the Twitter, right?
No.
I tweeted. I was in Budapest. Remember, I tweeted. I had just come from seeing a synagogue in Budapest, and I read the thing. And I said, I just leapt for joy reading the.
Well, I'm so glad. But, you know...
I'm sorry that didn't translate in my rhetoric.
That's the problem with these Facebook, Twitter things. Is that
you wanted a telegram.
No, I wanted you to call me.
From Budapest?
Yes.
I didn't have your number.
I wanted you to call me and go, yay!
I would have. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, should we redo that call right now? Let's do it. You got your phone? Okay, here we go. All right, I'm calling Alix.
Hello?
Is this Alix Korey?
It is.
Is this Broadway legend Alix Korey?
Okay, who's fooling who?
I don't know if you remember me, but My name is Adam Kantor, and I was your student in the summer of
I
2003.
do remember you, and you know what? I follow Facebook too, and I knew you were doing Muddle. Ha ha ha! So I was very excited to know that we were going to be in the same show together.
Well, I'm so excited! I
There
am
you
so
go.
excited, Alix Korey, to be reuniting with you
All right.
on the Broadway.
Thank you.
And listen,
You're in Budapest?
I'm in Budapest.
I've never been there. I want to go there, but now I'm going to get off the phone so it doesn't cost me a fortune. And I'm going to tell my husband because I always get excited and tell him when my students are like big stars. Okay.
Well, okay. All right. See you soon. Okay, bye. I like how we both looked at it and
To
did the
turn
thing,
it off.
to turn
I
it
know.
off.
It's like,
Yeah.
well,
Ridiculous.
that's acting.
It is acting for you. Speaking of acting, you have done much acting, and
I have
some
done acting.
incredible acting. I saw you in All Shook Up. I saw you in Listen to My Heart. I of course listened to you a zillion times on the Wild Party, and I watch in awe at your yenta every night. You look back at this amazing career, and I'm sure many more to come. When you look back, what are some sort of any kind of standout experiences?
The really meaty roles I had such a great time with. I got to do Fanny Bryce several times, and there's so much there to work with. And again, I do a lot of research. I learned a lot of what the truth was, that some of which I had to like throw out the window in order to play her. Every company that I've worked with has become a real family. Each show's opening night, was fabulous.
Yeah.
Because it's the one time that there is actual glamour. Because there's no glamour
What
really
do you say?
in doing this.
Look at this glamorous.
Yeah, okay, and this is what you get for $2 a week. But
I'm only getting one a week. You're getting two a week?
well, I'm older than you. I deserve 2 a week.
Yeah.
The people I get to work with,
Yeah.
that's been pretty extraordinary.
I've spoken with many people you worked with. The other day I was speaking with Julia Murney, who of course you did a Wild Party with.
Right.
And she said something that you had said to her that she will never forget during Wild Party. I guess there were very mixed audiences. One night would be like a rock concert.
Right.
And one night would be an older subscription house that perhaps was not
was
as
going,
engaged.
what is this?
Yeah, what the? You said, that you think about how when you were a girl.
I always think about that out there is a 12-year-old girl who was me,
Right.
who is staring open-mouthed and taking all of this in, this incredible artistry and learning and people giving of themselves. That 12-year-old girl is the one that I do the show for every night.
I love that. I think you had said that to my class too, and I think about that a lot.
Well,
the 12-year-old girl inside of me.
You have to, because otherwise it does become a job. Oh yeah, I'm gonna. Somebody asked me a question about, well, are you having fun? And you want to say, well, yes, but I don't wake up every morning going, oh my God, I get to do the play.
I'm on Broadway.
I get to do the play. It's a job like every other job, except that I know how valuable it is to the people who are watching. It's funny because I was once asked what I was most proud of, and I don't have pride in this work particularly. I'm much more proud of having been one of the founders of Equity Fights AIDS.
Yeah.
I'm much prouder of when someone like you gets an incredible review in the New York Times for your work in the last 5 years. And I get to read this stuff and I go, I did good. That's when I say I did good. When I left for California, which I did 10 years ago, and I didn't really leave to be in LA and become a television star, although that would have been nice. But I left because my heart had been broken so many times here. Investing years of my life and my heart in Wild Party, in All Shook Up.
Right.
And having it all thrown away, it kind of broke my heart.
Well, what do you mean having it all thrown away?
Well, the shows closed for reasons that had absolutely nothing to do with how good they were and how incredibly talented all of the that's my food order is coming. This is so miraculous. All these people putting their heart and soul into this work and extraordinary talent, and then because of something like bad producing or critical awfulness, it's like it said, what you've done for 7 years isn't worth it. And
so did you feel like you needed to just get away from it all?
I did. I felt, well, All Shook Up was like the best. I've done 8 Broadway shows by then, and that was the best experience at that point. And I thought, I should leave now while I'm on a high, as opposed to when I become a really bitter old bitch. Am I allowed to say that on this thing?
Say whatever that you want.
I could see myself becoming one of those people. And I got to tell you, it made all the difference in the world, because it wasn't until I was out there for a couple of years and stayed in contact with New York and realized how many wonderful people I knew, how many wonderful people I'd worked with, what an incredible set of experiences I'd had. Because when I was here, I wasn't really having them. I was always worried about, okay, I have to call this agent, I have to call this casting director. I couldn't enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
So this
feels
time,
like you're enjoying it.
I am.
Now. You're enjoying it.
I came back and I said, I don't have to worry about Tuesday.
Yeah.
I am going to enjoy this day.
That's fantastic.
So
that's fantastic.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah. And you're a role model for the rest of us in that regard, and of course in your performance. Thank you for being with us. Thanks, Broadway.com, for watching.
Isn't he cute?
And we'll see you next time. I'm sure you'll be making more appearances.
Okay.
So,
and you can even ask me like personal questions.
Right now? But your food is here.
No, I don't think so. Doesn't he call it?
Okay. So we have another minute?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to get back to this. So what was it about this that you said, okay, I'm ready to come back? I mean, you were gone for how long in total?
10 years.
10 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
10 years. What was it about this experience you said, okay, I'm ready to come back for this?
I wanted to work with Bart Shear. Danny Burstein is one of my favorite people in the whole world.
Yeah. Really, why? I mean, what a mean, untalented man.
Well, I keep saying, you look in the dictionary for the word mensch, and there's a picture of Danny Burstein next to it.
Yeah.
And we'd work together at times, but never in a show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, when they said, do you want to audition for this? I was like, hell yeah.
You've done Fiddler before.
Not since I was a 12-year-old. I did Huddle first, and then Chava. So I regressed. Yeah. And I never, I kind of jumped after that. Just 30 years or so.
Uh-huh. Did you imagine you'd play Yenta? Was this a role that was sort of on your radar, or?
I didn't know how rich a role it was.
But and I think you've found levels of richness.
Even when I got the job, it was Yenta, Fiddler.
Right.
It was kind of like, and there's so much depth to her character and her purpose. It's actually kind of a joy to do every night. What I think is very important to know, from my perspective about her, is that in her view, she wasn't just creating matches. her role in life is to create families.
Mm-hmm. What I love about that is I actually realize yenta, hearing you say that, yenta and model have similar roles in the community in terms of maintaining community, in terms
Right.
of maintaining tradition.
Yeah.
Model, even though he's breaking tradition in a big way, he's a tailor. And the big way, one of the big ways in which Jews maintained their Judaism was through what they wore. And
My grandfather was a tailor.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, he came over in 1913 from the Pale
Mm-hmm.
after spending a few years in London, but he was an anarchist, so they wanted to get rid of him. And he and my grandmother got off the boat, and the word is that he told her to look for an apartment, and he joined a picket line for the Ladies' Garment Workers Union and became a big activist in the union of tailors.
Yeah.
So it's,
Love
you
that.
know,
A lot of great stories behind us that are hopefully fueling our performances.
Yeah.
Anyway, you have food here, and we've
All
taken
right.
so much time. But thanks for watching Broadway.com, and I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot more of Alix Korey on stage and off. And what else?
bye.
Bye. Wasn't that a great chat with Alix? So here we are before the show, and I had a few minutes, and I thought I need to go back and see what I wrote to her. So this was sent August 21st from Budapest to Alix Korey on the Facebook. Dear Alix, it's been a while. I think it was in 2003 when you taught me at the Tisch summer program. Anyway, I nearly plotzed when I read that you'll be joining us for Fiddler. It was a major jump for joy that happened. I am so thrilled, and I am so looking forward to working with you again and living together in our little shtetl for a while. You will be a glorious yenta, I'm sure of it. See you this fall, ex-Adam. And she wrote back, Darling child, one of the reasons I wanted this gig was to work with you. I can't wait to see who you've become. Although I have to admit, as every Jewish mother you've known, I've been following your career. You done good. That's called naches, pride in Yiddish. Here we are again. It's that time in the episode of Motel Citizen when I answer your questions on Twitter. So let's see. Alexander Hamilton writes, how are you? I'm pretty good. Haley, at Haley Longo, says, at Adam J. Kantor, do you still have any Rent memorabilia? Well, yeah, I got my Rent robe over there. And in my apartment, I have the phone that we used in Rent. It was the last phone that was used on Broadway, and I had the whole cast sign it. So I love that piece. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next week on Motel Citizen.
Boy. Missed?
Oh, wow.
How could it be there and miss?